And you'll notice how up here I don't have a header in the text stuff, which I want to have. So I'm going to go over here, add a new text component. I'm going to put it over here. And I want to make sure that this text here is like the same length on this side and on that side. So when I go to center it, it will always stay in the center. There are some things you can do in order to guarantee it. I'm going to show you a couple tricks. So if you go into here, you go into simple, go in here into vector, and I'm going to choose this thing. I'm just going to grab this guy and I'm going to put it right on the edge here, and then I'm going to move this over so it's like right next to the icon, and I'm going to drag it to the other side. And if I want to keep it so it doesn't move up and down, I can hold the shift key and then drag it over, and it will like position itself without moving top and bottom, so I cannot move it up and down, which is really cool. Then when I go back over here to text, just make sure that it lines up with that red line there. And I can zoom in a little bit, make sure I have a more exact thing there. So I know that's a little bit off by my eyes. So if you think you're off, you could just do a copy of it, like I told you before, Alt, space, left mouse click. And you'll notice that actually I want to line up not with that back button, but I want to line up with that one so I have at least see on both sides. And now I do. I'm going to delete those things because I don't need them anymore. You could leave them there. You could leave them there and make them a different color, but you may have issues in the future. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to change the color to white. And I'm going to say home. And you know, that is enough, I think. And what you want to do is you want to line them up with the button so it looks better. And I'm going to shift and click the up arrow on my keyboard to move it up a little bit, so where I want to position it. And then you got to remember, you're going to keep this format constantly so that you don't like mess up your stuff in the future. So it's formatted correctly, you're in the right position. And you notice that this is a little bit lower, but that also could be the fact that sometimes the rendering, when you're looking on the app, on the website, sometimes it's just not right. It just doesn't show it to you right. It's just an issue with the rendering visualization. Now I select both of those and I'm going to make a group. I'm going to rename that group, say header buttons. And then I'm going to select the background. I'm going to select the profile. I'm going to make another group and I'm just going to call it header. All right. Then I'm going to go over here. I'm going to erase this one from the login page. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to do Command C or Control C, and I'm going to go and choose the login page thing. I'm going to paste it right in there. And now I have another one, and this one we know is a loading page. So we don't really need it here, actually. So I'm going to remove that from here, right? But we do want it on this one. So I'm going to delete this. You see how it has a back arrow? So once I do this stuff, I also may want to have a back arrow, but on the home screen, you don't need a back arrow, but here you do. So I'm going to delete this, and I'm going to paste this right on top, but you might have to copy it again because you deleted it earlier. And see how it highlights something? If you highlight something, it does some weird stuff. That's cool, whatever I just did there. I don't know what I did there. Okay, I'm going to undo what I just did there, which I don't know what I did. I'm going to Control Z that. Go back over here. Make sure you've selected the home. Make sure your bar is not over it. Copy that. Go back over to the profile and then paste it. And I think I copied the whole thing instead of just this thing. I'm going to copy that again. Then I'm going to go to profile and I'm going to paste it. This time I got successful, guys. And then you'll see that this thing is a little bit out of place now because, you know, things have moved. So just move it down by holding the shift key and drag it down, and you'll keep your same position on the vertical axis. And then you can click this and drag it down a little, make it a little bigger, and then drag this bar down a little bit. For watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Just continue on to the next video, and we'll just continue where we left off. Thanks. Like, share, subscribe. Awesome.